Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Graded Point Live. I'm here. Piper's here. Xavier's here. Daryl's back.
Oh!
And
Hey, folks, how's it going?
yeah, he's not dead. Even
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh,
I
that's
thought
right,
we
he is
established
dead.
that earlier.
Yeah, we established that he is dead, and that's why he's got a better internet signal. He's getting that good afterlife internet. And also tonight with us once again right here. Just happened to be on the your Indiegogo page for the good night.
Looks like John Delarose.
Nice.
What? No, you are behind. Don't worry about you.
I am. I'm not live, yes. But, oh, I've seen this. This is awesome.
Yeah, okay, it's there now.
There you go.
Sure. That's your project? That is so great.
I really love the art, and the story sounds really neat.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, Crystal's just like, yes, please keep talking about me. But you're
Lavishing praise on her, and she's just like, yeah, come.
Gimme.
Gimme.
But we're currently at $1,530. We need to get to 10,000. I know it says 5,000 down there, but we need to get to 10,000 for hoodies.
Oh yeah, that's right.
For the hoodies.
Yeah.
Power of hoodies compels you.
Yeah.
I want a hoodie. It's very cold over here. I want the
you're
hoodie.
literally freezing right now.
It's very
aren't you?
cold.
Yeah.
Car almost didn't start today.
Almost.
Awful.
We're... Oh.
Out of the tailpipe, man.
So, just a quick aside, we were supposed to get snow last night. But the rain front was so fast it literally went through in 1 hour, and it was not there long enough to get cold enough to freeze. So
We were supposed to get a lot of wind and snow, but instead we got a bunch of refugees blown in from Mexico.
Nice. Oh. I
Somewhat,
think the
something.
snow's a little bit better, yeah.
Oh, it is -4 right now, but it claims that it feels like -15.
Yeah.
Only -15, guys. My dog
Don't
loves
worry
it.
about
He's an
it.
asshole.
So I saw
Your dog's an asshole?
He is an asshole.
I saw a meme today where it said it showed the Antarctic and it said I am the coldest place on Earth, and then it showed Chicago at -21. It said hold my beer.
Dude, that's what going out and taking my dog out, especially when it was sunny out and the wind was blowing, because just the backyard. If there was just a little bit more snow, there's plenty of snow, but the backyard definitely made me think of Arctic tundra. And it was 28 in Antarctica today.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
I'm fucking moving.
Yeah, right?
I'm
Well,
moving.
I'm going to fight the polar bears.
Florida.
Yeah,
I'm fine. I got a dog.
We'll hold them off.
Right? He was about the same size.
Hey, there's such thing as a warm weather penguin, so
Right?
what's up?
Oh, but our snow feels and sounds when you walk on it like sand. It's neat. It's it's neat to look at. It sucks having to stand out there and yell at your dog for 20 minutes. But
Get back in the house, you dummy.
yeah, because he'll be like, "Ah, sweet, I peed. Now I need to play for a while."
Oh, speaking of, before we get to I'm gonna go ahead and put the article on the stream, so we can get ready to talk about it. But I want to say that the human sunbeam Ethan Van Sciver said something today that I have to denounce him for.
Oh snap!
Uh-oh.
He said he doesn't like dogs.
What?
Oh, I heard that, yeah.
I'm like, you terrible, terrible human being. I take back every nice thing I ever said about you.
Confiscate is over.
Yep, that's it.
Party's over. Pack it up.
Yep. Doggate has started.
Yep.
Canine.
You don't like dogs. I'm starting to believe that this might actually be a hate movement. How do you not like dogs? The only way you not like dogs is if you are evil incarnate. So,
I mean, I was
What
gonna
if
say.
you like cats, though?
Well, he likes
you can like
frogs.
cats too.
He does like
You
frogs.
can you can like cats without disliking dogs.
You can
Yeah.
like
So
dogs
just
without owning
ambivalent.
one.
Yeah.
Ambivalent dogs.
I think what he
No,
was
Dogs
saying
only
is
bark at those who have no soul.
I think what he was really saying though is why he didn't like pets anymore.
Yeah.
And I think
That's,
he's
that's
just
bad too.
No, I
Doesn't
think-
Ethan have
A
a
frog.
couple of kids with his wife's boyfriend? I mean,
Christ.
Ooh.
oh, no, but I mean, he's got kids with his wife, and
He's got
probably
he's got one child with his wife, and then stepdaughter, and then his own son with his other wife. So yeah, his ex-wife. I should say his
God.
other wife because I was like, I got to remember that Ethan's a Mormon, and I can't. I got to differentiate here.
I do need to.
Weekend wife.
How does he
How
like
does he
Malin
like
if he
Malin
doesn't
if he
like
doesn't
dogs?
like
The doctor's right.
wait, what? Is Malin a dog?
No,
He's a werewolf.
No, he wants to be a werewolf. There's a difference.
Oh yeah, he just hasn't contacted me yet. Hey Malin, you just gotta hit me up, dude.
Is that
I'll hook you up.
the whole wolf? What was it?
Wolf
it's
Fact.
it's
Wolf
wolf supremacy and wolf campaign that he started.
He also did Wolfpack too, didn't he? Yeah. That was
Did he?
The early part of it was Wolfpack.
The doctor
Yeah.
says there were loud bangs today in Chicago that they said were frost quakes. What the fuck is a frost quake? I just want to say, first of all, no, those were murders, probably. It's Chicago, but frost quakes are kind of a thing.
Murders
Piper, I was
and
going
or
to say it was
bombs.
hell freezing over.
What?
I agree with you. It probably was a bomb, Crystal.
Yeah.
When the Earth gets so cold that even the planet goes brrr.
Yeah. It definitely, it has to do with molecules condensing so goddamn much because they're so goddamn cold that shit breaks.
I saw.
Google might be more reliable than Piper.
What?
Nothing.
I think I saw in Indiana where they actually set railways on fire.
Oh God.
Yeah, they did it, and it did it for a purpose because they don't, steel contracts under extreme cold, and it'll actually crack the steel. And that happened. I think it was like last year when we had a bad polar vortex.
Seth says to Piper, "If the temp goes lower, don't use the good boy for a tauntaun."
No.
Yeah, don't cut Lobo open and
Do it.
Oh, I thought it smelled bad on the outside.
no.
Right. No, I would not do that with Lobo. I would do that with my kid first before I'd consider doing that with my dog.
I will wear my child's skin to keep warm.
I said that's supposed to be why we make those?
Oh God.
Chris, you haven't met Piper's son.
Oh.
I thought that was
Her son is
for
an extra
eventual.
skin
I
suit.
was gonna say I thought that was for eventual organ replacement.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah.
He's emergency food.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We talked
Oh
about
Jesus Christ.
we talked about the weather enough. Let's talk about debates and why debating with NPCs is dumb. We'll start by reading this article through Bounding in the Comics. Sorry, guys, if I'm just bouncing it up and down for no reason. I was just kind of bored. So anyway,
Just stop that. Quit it.
so you're watching it. I've already stopped, but you're watching me still doing it.
I know.
Lies.
So, Benjamin Henderson and John De La Rose accept Renfamous's challenge to debate. Dun, 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 dun. On Tuesday night, Twitter troublemaker Renfamous, which is funny. You remember we pointed that out when we were making fun of Mark Lombardi last night. It's like, oh look,
What?
she wants to debate all of a sudden,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I saw a bit of it pop up last night.
So we scooped Bounding into Comics. Eat shit.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Eat shit, Bounding into Comics.
Moving up
Yeah,
to-
you heard it here first, guys.
Yeah. I wonder if Bounding into Comics actually listened to our show. It's like, oh, did she? Hold on a minute. Fire up the old WordPress.
Did you notice earlier today that Ethan be Spider-Man to a debate, and all of a sudden, oh, I got to keep the mask on. I don't want my anonymity to be.
I don't want to drop
no,
the mask.
motherfucker. Like,
Well, let me.
What?
Let's read the article. Let's read the article, and
yeah.
we'll get to that stuff because you make
Go
a good
for it.
point. Let's say Okay, Infamous challenged members of Comicsgate. Now remember, it was originally members of Comicsgate, right? Challenged members of Comicsgate to an in-person debate, which is subsequently accepted by Ravage Kill All Men creator Benjamin Henderson. And she goes, my channel is real life. I'll debate in person on a panel at a con where you tools have to make eye contact with me and won't have Google and a chat full of slurs screaming idiots to back you up. Any takers? Why is not having Google?
I think she means Hangouts, Google Hangouts.
Well, no, I think she doesn't want anybody to be able to Google facts and figures.
Because phones don't exist.
Pull evidence from Google Drive.
Okay, so Henderson responded.
I want to debate you in a place where I can make up a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And like on a side note, why is that bleeding cool?
Yeah. Idea on how to about how the debate would be constructed with 3 people on each side tops. This is sounding vaguely familiar.
You mean the SBJ?
Well, yeah, it sounds like SBJ and South by Southwest. Yeah, so when people are like, Gamergate needs to debate. I'm like, all right, let's debate. I'm not debating with a bunch of harassers. Like,
exactly. Every time.
Okay, so he indicated that the individuals could donate to the Legal Defense Fund to protect people from online threats. Henderson even indicated he would want John Delarose and Ethan Van Sciver to join him in debating Infamous and her team. That would require Infamous to have friends, but
she could just bring Tim.
Or how about Joe Quesada?
Quesada. Yeah.
That was my point.
Bills, yeah.
So, I want to know why pick
Tommy Plaza,
or why he would pick John Delarose.
He's trying to make peace.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I would have picked at least one chick so they can't go, oh, it's just a bunch of guys bullying poor Ren.
Once we're done slapping you down with facts, we'll slap you in the face with our dicks.
Wow.
No, that'd be a show.
Damn, bro.
That would get the ratings.
Excuse me, Miss. Is this man bothering you?
Maybe.
Oh no, he's just slapping me in the face with his dick.
That would definitely get some donations to the.
I bet Joe Quesadilla.
Oh, that's right, Tristan.
No, go
Tristan,
ahead.
yes.
Daryl. Go ahead, Daryl. What were you saying?
Is that given how Joe Quesadilla, because what? God damn it!
Quesadilla.
The doctor called him Quesadilla, so.
Well, that's what we call him Joe Quesadilla or Chalupa or whatever.
Stephen Tortilla,
Tortellini,
or whatever,
Tortuga. Tortuga.
But anyway, I could imagine him showing up because he seems to really love that chick, and I mean love her in a really obvious kind of stalkery way.
I think it's a little more.
There's something weird going on there.
Yeah, I think it's called a paycheck.
For sure, yeah. I think it's a sex cult. I think.
Wow.
I think that's what's going on. Yeah. Who knows?
You fit right in, Crystal. You fit right in with this insanity. So Ben responded saying, "I'm down. I think we gave good questions because basically everything they just said."
Right.
Flying Parts creator John Delarose was quick to accept the challenge following Henderson. So you're reading the chat, aren't you? Let me pull the chat up.
Fox creator.
Oh Lord. Joe versus Ethan, Tristan versus Ren, Ben versus Baby Bones. Who's Baby Bones? That's one I haven't heard of.
Isn't that man? What was that guy's name? He had that really weird man, I'm forgetting his name. Is it a print shop?
Is that Tim?
Dr. Toby Tim.
Is Tim Baby Bones?
Yeah.
That print shop, motherfucker.
See, that works out because I like I said, who?
Yeah.
And Dry Bones, yes,
Oh,
Dry
it's
Bones.
not Dry Bones.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Well, that's exactly what we need. We need a gay weightlifter to.
Tim frustrated me, man, because I actually had a good conversation with him once, and he does some good artwork.
Wait, he actually.
And
does?
I wanted to
Hold on a second. You're telling me Tim Doyle actually does things?
Yes.
I thought he just kind of owned a thing, and that was about it. Like,
no, he's done artwork. He's done artwork.
But-
Isn't Tim Doyle is also like a swimsuit model as well?
Oh God, yeah.
what?
Didn't he accidentally also walk into a feminist seminar because he saw a sign that said free food?
Oh, the one that called the cops because he found chicken bones and thought they were baby bones. That's right.
And the guy who was intimidating somebody by saying he was going to fuck their dog or something, like in his neighborhood or whatever. He was really fucking weird.
Wow, I'm so lost. Is this all Tim? Like,
Yeah.
What?
No one person can be that amazing.
Right.
Oh, so maybe the doctor's right. Maybe the shit I saw was unlicensed prints, because that was some good artwork.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I was gonna say the only thing I know about him is he's like owns a print shop. He's very proud of that.
Because he was like, he's always talking about like, I handed out some business cards today. Yeah, I'm so important. I'm like, I don't know who you are.
You handed your fucking you handed a client his business cards, like. Yeah, you printed
can you
them
imagine? Okay, you're in business, right? Let's say you're in business, and you handed somebody your business card, and you go on Twitter immediately. Just handed out my business card.
Take that, Kinkos.
Just handed out my business card. What do you think of that, Ethan Van Sciver?
I run a place where I can print anything I want to, but that's somehow, a laudable thing.
But it's all unlicensed, though, so he could actually get in trouble for some of that stuff.
Yep. If somebody wanted to actually press the matter, they could.
Yeah.
Mondo's shop and got fired. Then he opened his own.
The minute he prints anything with Disney, they're like gonna come after him in 2 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're crazy with that stuff.
The eggshell shading on this is beautiful. Bastard. I love our chat.
I know.
Seriously.
Chat. I wonder. Somebody go tag Spork and let her know that we're streaming over here to Forget the War campaign, because we know what Taco really likes.
Taco will be real mad. He finds out you're running a show and we're doing a show and you're not watching.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Unholy Sporkable. Is one of our
yes,
regulars.
yes.
And her cat loves our show.
Really?
There are pictures of the cat intently watching the screen while we're on.
That's
great.
Yeah.
What's funny though is that my cat does the same thing when I watch horror movies.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know what that's about.
I think your cat wants to kill you.
I'm not sure if that says something about her cat or our show.
Yeah, I was gonna say the weird thing is like one of our biggest fans is a fucking cat. Like,
dude, that's like, look.
I guess you guys are doing something right. I mean,
the
cat's interested.
I said this one time, and Daryl, you'll know the joke because I used to make it all the time. I was like, when I used to stream Dead Gamers Talking 3 years ago, and we could get up to like 200-300 people viewing it at one time, which was really nice. But I never knew at any point in time that a cat was paying attention. And now that I know that a cat is paying attention, that just like means so much more to me than those 200 to 300 people.
I know, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like one of our biggest fans is a cat, and I'm totally down with that.
Yeah. A cute cat too. Wonder if Ethan likes cats. We need to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Crystal, when you eventually get on Comic Artist Pro Secrets, could you ask him, does he like cats?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, just say, hey, this guy that you like, that trolls your chat every once in a while wants to know if you actually like cats since you hate dogs, you lying scumbag.
I mean, cats are a little bit different. I mean, they're more independent, so you might be able to leave a cat, food and stuff, and it's for the most part gonna leave you alone unless it wants something.
Jeez, unless they're my cats. Why do I end up with weird fucking animals?
Because you're a weird fucking person.
They're attracted to you.
Oh.
Doctor says Tim also has a bad rep in the print fan groups for selling limited number prints and then wildly overprinting them and selling the overprints in mystery tubes.
I did hear
Wow.
something like that at one point.
You heard it in the chat, like right now.
No, I think she's saying in the past she's heard.
Yeah, god damn it. Jesus.
Anyway,
Like, I can understand not being a
The only
dog
way I
person, simply because no matter how big the dog is or what breed it is, a dog is basically a small furry child.
Toddler.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of attention
And the
and
funny-
supervision.
You know how they say that dogs have the intelligence of like a 3-year-old?
Yeah.
I saw that in action when my 3-year-old nephew started taking bites out of my mom's mobility thing. She has one of those walkers, and there's a little foam bit, and he just started eating it. He was just like chewing it.
like, oh,
And goes, eat? And my mom's like, no, you can't eat that, Sam. And then he just takes a big ass bite out of it and spits it at her. Like,
like, no,
You gonna eat that? No. You want to split it?
no.
I'm thinking my 3-year-old is either as smart as a dog.
But
Is Lauren what's her name? Ren?
yeah,
Is that her name?
that's her.
Uh,
But
but let's get back to the story. Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
But I want to make one quick thing about cats.
Poor Wing.
The difference between cats and dogs. Dogs have owners. Cats have staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would
But
agree, yeah.
dude, my brother and sister-in-law's cat Marble comes over. That dude is a different cat around me than he is around them. He freaking loves me.
They're
And
manipulative little shits, but dogs can be.
I don't think he is. I just don't think he's getting the attention he needs at home. So he comes over here.
And then what he's saying, you will be the ally in the uprising.
Right?
Mice
I'll kill you last.
stuff. He's actually caught some mice in here, which is great. But no, and it's funny because like they named him Marble because of his coat, beautiful marble colored. But he actually rolls around like a little fucking marble. It's fucking adorable.
We have a cat named Tigger, and we did that based on her coat. She bounces around all over the place.
That's awesome.
So-
Cats are manipulative, man.
Yeah, they're a little shit sometimes. So anyway,
Hey, we got Holy Unsporkable.
hey, it's Taco.
And her
Watching.
cat.
Ooh, does that mean?
Oh, thank God, it's a show now.
Yeah. Now we can go.
Hi, Taco.
Wait, I want to say one thing. My favorite, the difference between cats and dogs comparison thing that I like to use the most is, you feed a dog and the dog will be like, wow, they're feeding me. They must be gods. You feed a cat and the cat goes, huh, they're feeding me. I
It's
must
about
be a
time."
god. No, it's I must be a god.
It's kind of like if you ever get a chance. I think most of us have seen it, but I recommend watching Sad Cat Diary. When you get a chance.
Yeah.
What's
I
that?
love that.
It's
a
a-
movie
it's
or
a-
a TV show.
Have you? It's a YouTube video.
Okay.
I don't know if have you ever heard of this guy? He does true facts about different animals. He sounds like
No.
Morgan Freeman.
No.
Yeah. So he's got
Sounds interesting.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's got this great bit where the first videos he did was Sad Cat Diary and Sad Dog Diary.
Oh,
So-
I have seen that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
like one of the
Yes.
funniest ones is the first one for the Sad Cat Diary. He goes like,
Family hasn't fed me.
yeah, he goes, dear diary, dear diary, the authorities have left my dish half full. It is it's pretty obvious that I'm going to soon starve to death.
Yeah.
I love it.
Just different
There you
things
go.
like that. It's fucking
For
great.
later
I-
enjoyment, it's in the chat.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, by Z Frank 1. Yeah, he's funny and and his true facts about different animals is just amazing. Like
Yes.
his true. What did he
I'll
say?
check it out, man.
Wait. Like one of his, it's the way he opened that one video. It's like, today we're going to talk about true facts about the tapir. I don't know what the fuck a tapir is.
Does he do the Morgan Freeman
Oh
voice?
yeah, the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Like
we're
what-
going to talk about how Andy Dufresne got raped in the showers.
I think he was
Wait,
talking
what?
about-
That's not an animal.
I think he was one time talking about wombats
Yep.
and the wombats. The male wombat was on his belly and his his dingle popped out, and
There goes the wombat dick.
he did this. He said, one thing the wombats do. Whoa, Red Rocket.
Man, I love. We're so nice. We show everybody shit whether they want to or not.
Yeah. He's like, why am I getting sudden? You know, I can see this guy now. So why am I suddenly getting more views from this graded 4 point something? It's weird.
Who are these graded point people?
Minus one.
Right? If you go over there, write in the comments that we sent you.
Yeah, apparently
Yeah, do
the
it, guys.
dog is a closet cat.
Okay.
Fill his food bowl before bed.
So now,
Even if he is.
so now let's
dick.
get back to the to what we were talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Since we've diverted for like about an hour. No, I'm kidding. About 5 minutes.
Well, it's a half an hour into the show.
To be honest, I do think that like Wombat Dong is way more entertaining than Ren. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now, what if Ren were
Never
Wombat
mind.
Dong?
Never mind.
They only have more substance then.
Well.
The last thing we want to do is get accused of making fun of her looks for an hour, like we were
Right.
before.
Yeah. She's
Okay.
not a bad looking shit.
Anyway, sorry. I just got a sudden case of cancer from that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, I was trying to extend the olive branch in advance.
Yeah,
So-
Okay. Henderson was going to explain why he accepted the challenge and why he would want it to take place in person. And Donald DeLay responded to him and says, "Why is making eye contact important? She's going to cry when she started losing to make y'all feel bad." He's like, "I like debating in person too. I want them on tape with people all around." See, I understand what he's saying.
But see, the problem with
Yeah.
debating in person is that all of the effort, and then if somebody doesn't show, like,
Yeah.
that's just annoying.
Then you end up with a Andy Worski Tonka Sauce situation.
Yeah.
God, Tonka
Yeah.
Saw is a piece of.
Look. Donga wanted wrestle. Donga didn't bring in stuff. Okay, that's all. You need to. Donga no understand how Fight Man work.
Dead air.
Are you saying and bad?
Van
Ooh.
Sciver would also respond in a series of tweets claiming Renfamous and fellow Twitter user SJW Spider-Man would never debate him. He goes, SJW and Spider-Man and Renfamous would never debate me or anyone. They exist to lie and propagandize. They exist to harass and persecute people who see through their lies. They exist to entertain the worst SJW scum on the internet with their lies. A convo would make this plain. Their ultimate goal is to deplatform anyone who opposes social justice crybabies. They've produced zero evidence of bigotry. Indeed, I'm a soft-hearted and compassionate liberal who was invited to speak before the LGBTQ Republicans this summer. There is no evidence of hate. Van Sciver also indicated he would not have Renfidus or SJW Spider-Man on his channel, describing them as, quote, anti-LGBT monsters. But the truth is, there's the ones who don't deserve a platform for they're the ones that don't deserve the platform for their toxicity. I speak to nearly 100,000 people on YouTube. I won't share that platform with abusers. I won't share with an anti-LGBT monsters like Renfamous or an anonymous leftist thugs like SJW Spider-Man. If Van Sciver had previously intimated. Thank you. Words.
Sorry.
Yeah. He would
Somebody
be
had a
open
word
to
of
a
the day
debate with
dictionary.
Renfamous. Now, look at the date on this. I kind of don't like the way they phrased this because this date was literally almost 6 months ago.
Right.
And I think that's kind of,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it made it look like it was a recent
That's
thing.
weird.
You know? 'Cause
Right.
I remember when this happened. He did say, yeah, I would debate Renfamous, you know, because it'd be interesting.
But then he learned.
But then she says,
Right.
now, here's the key. 6 months ago, she says, nope, I'm just a nobody cosplayer after all. I think the debate you're looking for is between a Comicscape founder and one of the many comic pros who have been relentlessly harassed by Comicscape over the last 18 months or so. Now,
Relentlessly.
harassment.
there's some more Ethan tweet, and that's pretty much the same thing. And then she says, "Aw, Ethan's running away. I had the great topics picked out too. Merits of crowdfunding a second comic before you even finish the first one. Is there such a thing as too obvious when grifting the MAGA crowd? Best way to explain, quote, the doll thing to your wife." It doesn't. I'm going to finish this up real quick, then I'll have some thoughts. It doesn't appear this debate will happen with Van Sciver on board. Given Riffin's previous decline to debate Ethan Van Sciver, it lends credence to Van Sciver's claim that she had no intention of debating him. Would you want to see Rinfimus and her team debate Benjamin Harrison?
That's
How much you
not
want to bet?
Go
I
ahead.
apologize.
Go ahead, Daryl.
I was going to say, how much you want to bet that Ren shows up with a bunch of activist friends and that their whole
Yeah.
exactly their whole participation in the debate is just,
All right. Can I get my thoughts here, if I may, real quick?
Yes, sir.
I have a feeling something big's about to happen.
What?
This is
What
a
sense?
distraction tactic.
It wasn't a very good one.
No, what I'm saying is, why all of a sudden, out of the blue, on a Tuesday night, in the middle of the night, decide, I'll debate anybody from Comicsgate? After months of saying they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, I like how she kept saying, like, she would, then says she wouldn't, and then said that they ran away. When she clearly was like, no, I don't want to debate. You should be debating somebody else. Oh, they ran away. What a pussy. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, remember Ethan, like, apparently wore a Nazi uniform at some point that they say they have pictures of, but nobody can produce.
These pictures exist somewhere.
What if they exist?
We don't have them and we haven't seen them, but we know they're there.
What if they exist? What if they
guys
exist?
say that, but didn't J.K. Rowling, I think her name is, she wore one for like some event or like a Halloween type thing.
Yeah, but we're
Like
talking about a woman who retcons her shit to be social justice
Dude, that's
approved.
so
Remember, it's
funny.
okay when they do it. Yeah, I love her. I love
something about how like what was
Look,
it, like
Lord gobbles all the
people
cocks.
like crap on the streets
Mm-hmm.
or something
Shitters.
in the wizarding world or something.
yeah.
Like
Oh, no,
until,
what she
like,
said is they
Muggles
could-
created like a toilet. I don't even know. Like it was dumb.
What she said is that they could crap wherever they were and they'd just magic it away.
Yeah,
like that episode of Family Guy where they go to a different dimension and poop's just like sucked out of you and sent to another dimension. That's basically what she's saying. Like, I could take a dump and then boom, it's gone. I crap my wizard fucking ruse or whatever. But
See, there's stuff that like I could totally enjoy this without knowing that.
Right.
Like, why does anybody need to know that?
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
nobody needs to know it.
Why are you muggles
Except-
crapping in the toilets? Why don't you crap in your pants like the real magic folk do?
Take a shit on the California streets. It's all good.
Yeah. So
Third world country right before your eyes. God
Bunch of
damn it.
uncivilized muggles.
I popped up another screenshot that I took today because I, being the enterprising host that I am, get prepared for something like this.
See, Ren's gonna have to make up a separate excuse
God.
for every single person that takes her up on her debate thing, though.
It's a hell of a dude. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a genuinely good guy. So, of course, because that's what she does.
Mm-hmm.
Benjamin Henderson physically threatened my husband, and so I won't be debating him in person. Okay, wait a minute. I thought it was a call to anybody in Comicsgate.
Yep.
Benjamin
Anybody.
Henderson said, "Okay, cards on the table. Let's do it." And of course, he responded, "This is a lie. I will talk to you and your husband about the harm you've caused. Like I said, why are you running? Let's debate, like you said. Turn what you've done into something positive."
And that's Ben, right?
Yeah.
Even this is the guy I know.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the face of egregious accusations, he's still a fucking cool guy. Like, I know this tactic.
I mean, what she's gonna do? She's gonna have an excuse
What my sister-in-law does to my brother. Like every time he brings something up, she's got an excuse as to why she,
Yeah.
Can't do what X, Y,
And
Z.
yes, exactly. And I'm seeing the same thing here. She, oh god, yeah. And like Piper said, she's gonna have to come up with a unique for every one of these people.
Which is gonna have to come up for an excuse for anybody that says, "Okay, I accept your challenge." And then what she's going to do later is go, "Ha! Look at that! Comicsgate's pussies. They all pussed out." Like,
Awesome.
Hashtag
You guys
accept
have
the challenge.
to think about the security risk with all of these like weirdos.
Yep.
Depending on the venue, they could easily bring something in, and you don't even want to get into any of that stuff.
And then of course there's somebody could just call in a bomb threat, like they did with SPJ
That'd
Airplay,
be the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
Like,
or you have the situation they had with South by Southwest. I can't remember if it was before or after the Gamergate debate, wherein they were going to have an anti-Gamergate panel where they were going to explain to everyone there what Gamergate was really about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like right after. Yeah.
Yeah, damage control.
Yeah.
or bearing the truth.
So, hey, look who's on my screen. It's Unholy Sporkable.
Hey.
She's on my. I just so happened I retweeted this. I said this actually works out because she took a screenshot of what I needed.
I think I follow Unholy Sport. I believe I do.
Yeah,
Taco's blessings be upon you.
Yes. Praise the almighty moonbeam that is Taco.
Right? Yeah.
No, Taco could be the new sunbeam.
No.
Ethan is the sun and Taco is the moon.
Yeah.
No, Myers is the moon and Ethan is fire.
No. Let me explain to you the situation. See, you got it all wrong. Ethan is the sunbeam. Taco is the moonbeam. Myers is the universe.
Myers is the North Star.
Yes, we follow the North Star to our
destination. You guys been talking about Myers on here?
No, Taco. Yeah, Taco can be the star. The whole point of Myers was the shiny bald head was reflecting. So he's got to be the moon.
But what if we are in the bald head? That's the thing. You think about that?
Eyes.
Gonna have an existential crisis here.
Reflecting us.
So anyway,
Ethan is fired from being my moonbeam. He cannot be my moonbeam or sunbeam. I got burned
by the sun.
Thanks
by the sun.
Yeah, guys.
Huh? What?
Beyond, it's been a rough couple months. So,
all right, we appreciate. We appreciate you, Daryl. We're glad you're back.
Yep, not going into it.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, no, I know you're not. I'm just saying, like, we're glad to have you back. We're glad you're feeling better, and well, even if you're not feeling better, we're glad you're here. Let's put it that way.
Yes, that's a good one. Yeah. That's a good one, brother.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to read SJW Spooderman's things about the debate.
Man,
few things. Any debate is just a way to get me to drop my mask.
You're right.
2. I have no intention of debating anyone who has no interest in the truth. Then you should quit talking to yourself.
Right.
Just pack it up, spider dude.
What it would we even debate? Racism, is it okay sometimes? Comic Skate is a hate group. They don't deserve a platform. See, that's
coward.
And
pussy.
Then he should just do it through Google Hangout. He can put on whatever mask he wants.
Yeah. He can put it on his ball gag. Nobody's gonna,
Every accommodation you make that answers any of his
so start backing out.
Concerns, something else will always come up.
I mean, let's put it this way: Jason Youngbluth was an absolute disaster of of a debate person, right? I've never seen someone perform so badly.
For us, it was great.
I mean, for us, it was great, but it was because it was funny because he was getting so blown out. But they know that in a situation where you have a somewhat neutral moderator like Ricada or somebody like that, that they're going to get destroyed because Ricada, a moderator like Ricada is not going to put up with their bullshit.
Oh, I fucking love Nick Ricada.
Yeah, I mean, he just like straight up. He's like, okay, yeah, you're not doing that. Like he keep like Ethan said during the whole debate with Jason Youngbluth. He says like they asked him, so how do you feel about this debate, Ethan? He said, I feel great. I didn't have to do anything. Apparently, Jason was debating Vox Day the whole time. Because that's what he kept doing. He kept bringing up Vox Day, kept bringing up things that had nothing to do with anything. That
Jason Youngbluth. That name sounds familiar.
He got suspended. For him.
Yeah. What was he doing? What was he known for? Because I feel like I've encountered
a comic book with very questionable material.
He was making a comment about a child being raped.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yo, the little comic strip where the girl's dad comes in and does weird shit. And, God, yeah.
That guy doesn't need his comic book read. He needs to be investigated.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say Nick is biased, but Nick, he might have some biases, but he at least tries to get to the truth. Like, even for example, I'll give the example.
As a lawyer.
Yeah.
The Tonka sauce stuff?
Yeah, with the Tonka sauce. He brought Tonka on, let Tonka speak about whatever, knew he was lying the whole time. He absolutely knew Tonka was lying.
Just let him go.
Sometimes you gotta lead these people, let them basically expose themselves.
Yeah, let them lead themselves to slaughter. Yeah.
The thing I trust the most about Rekieta is anyone that knows any drunk Rekieta is, he's still pretty even-handed. Well, he's just more excitable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's also drunk.
Yeah.
And giving thumbs up to the camera.
Yeah.
That was the funny, like when he brought Warski on, and then he just like he goes puts the camera on him and shows himself taking a sip and giving a thumbs up. That was amazing.
And he loves Xeon so much.
And he's sick Xeon, yeah. So he's all for the space noids. So Spork's response to SJW Spakakamon was here's a few things. One,
call him SJW Bukaki, man.
I know I say SJW Spakakamon just because I refuse to let him have any. These people try to do that.
Yeah,
like I've dealt with people like this since Gamergate, right? They put SJW in front of their name and then whatever. Do you know there's a guy?
They wait for Do
you know there's a guy on Twitter right now named SJW Megatron?
Jesus Christ!
I have tried my best to get to poke him. I was like, "Come on, dude, let's do this."
Yeah, I was gonna say Wayne.
Yeah, I literally tweeted him when I first found out about him. I said, "One shall stand, one shall fall," and he blocked me.
I thought he was made of stir stuff.
Wait. I need to know this. Is there an SJW Spoder Man? Because there needs to be.
I bet you there's a parody of him.
Right now, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, there needs to, because I know there's
There's a Red Pill Spider-Man who's been...
Yeah, there's Red Pill Spider-Man to kind of balance it out. But there needs to be an SJW Spoder Man. Oh, but
there needs to be one.
That'd be fun.
It's just like a SJW Spider Cut. That'd be nice.
It needs to be like...
Unholy Sporkable's got SJW Soider Man.
What you need is a
NPC Spider-Ham.
Yeah.
Privilege comes great responsibility. SJW Peter's Uncle Ben.
Got to expose those Nazis and harassers, right? So let's see.
Didn't know I was a Nazi until one of these guys told me, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe.
Daryl, do you know the 14 words?
Oh, I don't. Oh, yes, I do. I saw that tweet earlier today.
Oh. Okay, so Spork said response to this, which pretty great. His first point, which was, whatever happened to if you don't share your real name online, you're a coward. I thought that was your whole thing. Yeah, that's the thing. He's all like,
exactly.
Yeah,
I know that that's pretty rich coming from an anime avatar.
Hey, you're hiding behind anonymity because if I tell you my name, you're gonna fucking call my bosses and you're gonna try to ruin my fucking life.
You're gonna, yeah.
So you won't debate because intelligent conversation isn't your forte. Mindless insult on Twitter to your fans is. And then 3, comics. Yep. Yeah, debate comics. Yeah,
Duh. I like that.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Somebody responded to her and says, SJW Spidey needs A, a job, B, a significant other, C, a life, and D, to just stop.
Stop. And here's the thing I once said about this whole kerfuffle, that while Comicsgate folks have legitimate criticisms or legitimize them, right? They're just criticisms as fans and readers and buyers.
Right.
While these people like SJW Spider-Man are fighting that for who goddamn knows what reason. Right? Like,
I'm still of the belief, Crystal alluded to it earlier, that there's some quid pro quo going on. There's some quid pro quo going on somewhere. There's either money changing hands or some favors or something.
I mean, like Like even adding on to that, like in the entertainment industry,
Mhm.
there's like a PR firms and stuff like that that'll hire people to basically just troll, for better words, on social
Divert.
media.
Yeah.
Yeah, and attack people, and they get paid hourly to do this type of stuff.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I've seen
I
it
kind of want
happen.
that job because it sounds like I would excel. Like,
Oh, I'm sure you would.
Probably.
But at the same
this
time,
is,
you've got a
like,
soul.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I wouldn't be surprised at all if Ren is getting paid for this. And like sometimes these
Oh, she's
people, if
gotta
you
be.
get like a lot of interactions, you
Mhm.
get like bonuses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What if
So
what if friends
yeah.
what if friends or Quesadilla's boosting of her is the quid pro quo, and she sends him nudes and shit. Like,
I mean, I've heard
Damn.
that he's a kind of a creeper, but I don't know.
he,
Yeah.
well,
But
he
that's
looked
all-
like one,
Did you
just
guys,
like
read what was that? That
that's
like
insubstantiated though.
what
So
was
we
it,
can't.
NXT or something like that? And it had like a young X-23 or something.
Oh
And like
yeah,
she's a
yeah,
prostitute or something like that.
The original debut of X-23 was a
When she was 12.
no, not when she was 12, but she was like a prostitute in the
goddamn, like
Right.
in the comic.
Oh,
Yeah.
right,
And
right.
she's a
And
teenager
people liked
too,
her
wasn't
because, yes, she was like 12 years old. And the comic was written in such a way that people went to her because she would heal down there.
Yeah.
Like de-virginizing a girl over and over again. That was the whole thing about that comic.
That was
Yeah,
that's
that
pretty
was
A
disgusting.
young
Creepy.
prostitute. Yeah. Fucked up.
So yeah,
Whoa.
this is basically
Bruh.
where here's where I figured, I knew even beforehand, but this kind of confirmed what I thought of what Ren was doing. Because Tristan stepped up and said, okay, that'd be fine, not really saying not saying that she would go to a thing, but it's like, can we do a like on a neutral channel or something like that. Now listen to this. Part of
Tristan's Nerdette, right?
Yeah, Nerdette, yeah. Part of actually debating someone is making eye contact and not being able to run away or call in your YouTube fans for backup. I already offered to have an actual debate and outline terms. If you aren't up for it, then you can just say so. And then Tristan says, fine, I'm down, win. And then this is where it all came through. This is where the whole motivation came from. Get Ethan on board and we'll discuss logistics.
Wow, yeah.
That's what it's about.
Why does Ethan have to be on board?
Because she doesn't want to.
Yeah, why does he have to be on board?
Because Tristan herself alone is inconvenient to the narrative.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
And
remember
Ethan Van Sciver once did an art book that his friend Moose named,
Moose Bauman, yeah.
by the way.
Mhm.
That was my struggle, and but that's the thing, because he did a book, he did a sketchbook that his friend named after the Holocaust, after Hitler's book and shit.
Yeah.
He is now and forevermore a Nazi, and you better believe that's the first thing that Ren would bring up.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, if she doesn't have Ethan there, some other guys, she can't use the misogynist card.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But she's also going to turn them all down at the same time. And the main thing is get Ethan on is also I mean, yeah, that would definitely make a good stunt. Like she would definitely
And
get
she just-
the attention she wants. But she probably already knew that he didn't have any interest in associating with her in the slightest when she said it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's another cop out too.
So
See, Ethan and Zach are both kind of figureheads. Whether in Ethan's case, I think he plays it up for laughs a lot.
mm-hmm.
I don't think he really believes he's a leader of Gamergate
Comicsgate.
or Comicsgate rather.
Yeah.
But
I
believe
think
that
he's
a lot of
having-
his Star
he's
Wars
just
content
having a
and shit,
blast.
he's just taking the piss. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
when he says something
is
like when he says like I'm the most important man in comics, he's just
right. He's fucking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And what's
So,
funny? Did you ever?
but
I got to say a quick aside about that. Did you ever hear what
Go ahead.
happened with that? He said, "I mean, He asked the question, "Am I the most important man in comics?" Right?
Yeah.
And Mike Miller responded to him and says, "Not until Stan Lee dies." And Stan Lee died the next day.
Oh, that's messed up. I didn't know that.
The next
At
day,
the same time, that vacancy.
the next day,
man.
Ethan was doing a stream, talking about Stanley and how he met him and, things like that. And then he said, I'm going to get some people in, right? And then Mike Miller comes on the stream, and as soon as he does, his youngest kid says, "My dad killed Stan Lee."
What?
Unholy Sporkable makes a good point. Tristan isn't a big enough name for her, and like the doctor said, or was it the doctor? Yeah, they want to go after Ethan or Zach because those guys are figureheads.
Mm-hmm.
They think that if they can destroy them, which I don't know how the fuck you could, aside from spurious accusations of racism and homophobia and all that shit, which your average person doesn't fucking buy anymore. I'm saying, like, it used to be where these guys could show up and accuse you of this shit, and that would stick.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that way anymore. People are way, way fucking done with that. It's, well, maybe some of the leftists are, the more extreme leftists are still...
What were you going to say, Crystal?
I don't know. Just forgot, yeah.
Wow. I am very sorry about that.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
But
honestly, though, I don't think that even if you did agree to debate, it would never come to a debate because a lot of these people, like we learned in Gamergate, is they have nothing to gain by coming to a debate. They have everything to lose by coming to a debate.
Yeah.
That's why
absolutely.
every time we did actually get a debate going, like Sargon would debate somebody or Jim would debate somebody, it was always these fucking low-level orbiters who thought that if they win and defend Milady's honor, that, they'll get some of that sweet, sweet whammon respecting sex.
I always like, I don't
some rainbow-haired she-twink was going to touch his penis or something.
Yeah. Get himself
Airport's law in action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember during when you mentioned that, because Jim will go on anybody's show, because it's either the debate is usually him just making fun of them while they're on the stream.
Yeah,
right?
he's no real good debater.
And he's not really a good debater. He's just like, because I remember he went on that guy Omni Destiny, right?
Yeah.
He went on his stream, and of course Omni Destiny, he thinks he's a great debater. All he does is obfuscate points and answers questions with questions and things like that. He's not really a good debater when you get down to it.
So he's a politician.
He's a very tiny, short, very small,
Destiny
very
is
short politician. But
so
politician.
But to get to the point where it's I don't think he realized who Jim was, or Mr. Medicare. I don't think he realized who he was or what he did. So the question was asked. He said, so I hear you're a fan of Donald Trump, and he said, well, yeah. He says, well, why are you a fan of Donald Trump? And Jim answers, I heard he has a huge fucking cock. And of course, you can see the look on Destiny's face, like, oh God, like what have I done? Yeah, what did I just get into? Kind of thing.
Right. Wayne,
remember when
going after Zach for two reasons. One, he will use the court and has demonstrated it now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a goddamn roadrunner, and they're all Wile E. Coyote when attacking him. And
that's a good point. Yeah,
has met that shit perfectly. And I admire him for actually fucking lawyering up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of
it through this shit.
From what I understand, that was the urging of other people too. Is like, look, dude, quit saying you're going to do it and do it. Because he had talked about suing people. He had talked about suing people for a long time, and it gets to a point where don't quit talking about it. Either do it or don't. Nut up or shut up.
Right. He's nut up.
Yeah,
in a
I
big
give him
way.
credit, but I think we could all agree that Zach has kind of been defanged a little bit here. Understandable.
Oh yeah. I haven't followed him for a little while. What's he up to?
He's not going as hard as he used to. He changed his name.
Can't.
He changed his channel from Diversity in Comics. I don't even know what it's called now.
Comics Matter with your boy Zach.
That's what it is. Comics Matter with your boy Zach. Yeah.
Yeah.
But to his credit, though,
that's cute.
Court case, he's probably doing the best thing.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get why he's doing it. Right.
Right.
But as Ethan has said, I want the old Zach back.
He played his cards out that his entire defense was going to be that it's not tortious interference because Zach is a bad person. Look at all this bad things he did.
Yeah.
Right, and I think that's why, even though you and I wouldn't consider what he's done bad by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, a lawyer is going to try to blow it out of portion
So I
the best he can. So
I think Zach is minding his P's and Q's until the lawsuit's over. I believe that entirely. Trying to hide or whatever.
I don't think he's hiding. I mean, he's still out there, and stuff. He's basically
not trying to hide his true self.
I just think he's quieted down a little bit.
Videos and stuff,
what he's doing, he's just doing simple reviews of comics, and he's
kind of watered down.
Yeah, and he's also and of course he's prepping Jawbreakers for release and everything. So
so
he's busy.
He's busy. So I'm not gonna get too much on him. I just I would like to see him. I mean, maybe he doesn't need to call somebody got dudes with wigs or something like that. I mean, whatever. But
you'd like to see a little about that bite.
Yeah, get that little bit of that,
right back.
Get that junkyard dog back a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I really think it'll come back after the
You're probably
lawsuit's
right.
over. Right. I really do.
So once he literally owns Mark Wade's wait. Once he literally owns Mark Wade's name and toy collection and IP, he will go fucking ham on the industry again.
And what about Mark Zaid, the fucking alternate dimension version of Mark Wade? You
gotta love a guy who somehow sued Lebanon.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which I found out what that was. It was literally he didn't. It's not like he sued them. He was a part of a law firm that did the suit.
That's
yeah.
Like it wasn't even him directly.
I mean, he might have been in the proceedings or stuff, but he wasn't like the lead attorney or anything like that.
I'll have to look at that. That sounds.
What I think is going to happen though is as soon as the funds clear on the very large check that Mark Wade is going to have to write him, that night everyone gets an alert. Dark Roast 2.
I think Ethan told this today on a stream. I don't know if Crystal heard it, but I heard it. At some point, somebody, as Ethan says, in the industry, asked him. He said, "You're friends with Richard. Maybe you could get him to agree to Mark would just donate $75,000 to a charity. That way he could still get his win. Without having to go to court."
No.
We tried to settle.
Well, the settlement is just Wade admitting he's wrong and then, donating money to charity. That way he could, quote, still get his, quote, win. I'm like, no, he literally tried to ruin his life. No, absolutely
not. He did something illegal as fuck.
Yeah.
I love that. Zach needs to demand a giant novelty check for the settlement.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Add some ceremony and some flair.
And it has to be presented by either Wade or Zaid, one of the two.
I still refuse to believe that Zaid is real.
Hire Ric Flair for sure while they're
Ric Flair
doing all that.
Woo!
Yeah. Just have him do it on repeat,
Yeah, just like
I'm the most dynamic person in comics.
Or either him or Hulk Hogan won, What you gonna do, brother, when your boy Zach runs wild on you?
Oh, hey, yeah, that'd be good too. Yeah.
Well, once the lawsuit's over, once he wins, he'll be able to get a...
Andre, his haircut was a bad idea.
Yeah.
That whole Jim Jeffries thing was a bad idea.
Wasn't that thing so bad that
they deleted it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was heavily edited, man. It made him look like a fucking idiot.
I mean, the only good thing that came of that was the whole it was a bad idea.
Also, people need learn to. That was hilarious. Yeah, the meme.
Yeah.
Also, tuned people into how fucking annoying. What's his name? God. The guy who did the fucking interview, the weirdo, the whack job, Jim Jeffries. Yeah.
Jim Jeffries,
It made everybody realize how. I think. Too I think that did kind of clue people into how fucked up the media is and how willing they are to kind of rearrange shit. In this case, in the name of comedy, but it didn't come off funny. It was just it looked like a bunch of manipulation in order to sell a particular story.
This Zach fellow looks like such a nice boy, and you're bullying him.
Yeah.
Look at his haircut.
He has an opinion. How dare he? Right. And by the way, the panel, the quote panel they got to go, to like refute him, wasn't that like the most dumbass shit you'd ever seen?
Yeah.
Oh, that was like
Essentially tried to re-upload it on a different channel. Apparently, according to Muir.
Muir.
What are you saying?
Hey, Muir.
Wait, Crystal. What were you saying? Sorry.
I was just gonna say that was like it was such a bad like panel selection.
Yeah.
And then like everyone, it was just like, do they even read comics? Like
Right.
It could have been just somebody they got to
like
dress up. Yeah.
It was almost like actors. They put actors in some costumes, and they're like, "Here, say some stuff."
You could tell that's what they were trying to go for a comic bit. I don't think they were actually like attending any kind of convention or nothing like that.
Yeah,
I figure.
Because remember they had the one guy who was just dressed normally.
Yeah.
And they were doing that for the bit. You know what I mean? It's like, here's one guy who's dressed normally, ha ha ha, it's funny, kind of thing. I have no doubt in my mind. I agree with you. I have no doubt in my mind that those were probably paid actors, and they said what they wanted them to say, because it just sounded like they didn't know anything about the comics.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So, but yeah, it's like
well, I could have sworn that I heard that there was some backlash from somebody that they supposedly walked up to and asked stuff, because they flat out came out and were like, yeah, they chopped that up real good. That's not what I said at all.
Was it like, it could have been that Thor thing, that Lady Thor bit?
Mm-hmm.
And like something else. Yeah, it seemed off,
Yeah, I could swear it's been a while since then, but I could swear that like somebody came out that he had like shoved the microphone in their face or whatever and asked them something, and they were pissed off because their whole answer got chopped up and turned into something else.
So
and especially if he didn't get them to sign anything, that could be a real big issue.
Because they're supposed to sign a release when you use them in a thing like that.
Yeah, that was actually, I think that was supposed to be too. Or Muir says, according to Jack, those guys were apparently accosted. They didn't even know what was going on. So they were victims. I just know they were pissed. Yeah.
By the way,
you definitely have to explain to somebody even before you give them the release, like kind of going over what it's for. So if you just shove the mic in somebody's face and then you're like, oh, hey, sign this, that's not good enough. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I've been having this on the screen for like a little while, but I just wanted to point out that I joked about the IndieCron's relaunch, which is apparently going to be this Friday. And I joked and I said I will not rest until one of them says IndieCron with the hard IE. And it looks like now they're going to make a shirt.
Does it actually like zoom in?
You want me to zoom in on that? Hold on.
Yeah.
Yep, it says it.
It does, doesn't it?
IndieCron with the hard IE.
Ooh.
You got to differentiate yourself, man. I mean, that's how it works.
I want that shirt.
Make sure people know who you are.
Fantastic. We get a piece of that though, don't we?
Yeah, I think whoever, the IndieCron, we need some of that action. Maybe 5% would be good enough. That'd be fine.
Shoot, I'll just take a t-shirt.
We'll just take a t-shirt.
Right?
That'll be fine. Just take a t-shirt.
Yeah, give us the t-shirts.
We're helping Crystal for hoodies.
That's right. Yeah. Go support the good night so we can get hoodies. We'll have t-shirts and hoodies. We'll be good to go.
Nice and warm, except sans pants.
And Crystal has promised they will have big boy sizes. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Quick, somebody start a fundraiser where pants are a reward. We need to complete the set.
A shirt, a hoodie,
That'd be crazy.
and some pants.
Pants are evil. Pants are evil. No pants.
Well, you got to go outside sometime. I mean,
Who do I ask? Who am I asking for?
Well, that
a hoodie.
depends on how long the hoodie is, though.
This is true. Yeah.
Oh, that's actually.
It's because what you could do is get like one of a big boy size like I would get, and then normal size people just wear it like a thing.
Exactly.
It'd be
Nobody'd know.
It'd be like a druid's robe.
Dude, I love oversized for that reason.
So, getting back to what I say, and like I said, if y'all want to go and dig into the speculation about this, feel free. But I do feel something is going down in the next days or a week or so, and because either Ren has decided that they're not engaging with her enough, like you said, Crystal, for her, for her money to keep rolling in. And so she's causing more drama to try to make that happen. Or
like easily.
Yeah. Easily. Or there's something that they want to like downplay that's coming up. And the only thing I can figure is that we're getting near the end of the month. So next month's comic sales, this month's comic sales will be coming out sometime in the week or so.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be really bad. That's my idea. That's just my question about it. Because that's why I said. That's why I said. I said today something is up. Suddenly, after months of not wanting to debate.
And also, you have to add into, that she's also getting blocked by a lot of people in Comicsgate.
Yeah. People are just not putting up with her crap anymore.
So that doesn't help.
She's not spreading as far anymore. She only has her bubble to talk to now.
Yeah.
There was a better way to phrase that, but I'm glad you phrased it that way.
That was an accident. I'm sorry.
And there was another thing that I noticed, and like I said, I call it because I tweeted at Tristan. I said, "What's going to happen is now they're going to swarm you, kind of like they did to you, Piper. They're going to swarm you with a bunch of crap that you're a coward, this, that, and the other, blah blah blah." When she finally just said, "No, I'm not going to play the tactic anymore," And okay, let's see what Doctor said real quick. It says, I wonder if it's an announcement that Marvel will not be renewing their lease at their Manhattan space. This will be about the right time for them to make that the announcement, since it apparently expired this year or next year. Huh.
And that's actually a good point, because if Ren is getting paid by them, she could definitely have that insider knowledge for sure.
Yeah,
somehow she is the 68th most influential person in comics.
Yeah.
Miura brings up a good point about that interview earlier. He said Zach also gives good advice when being interviewed. Move your hands around because it's harder for people to edit you.
That's true.
And then all of a sudden they're somewhere else, and edits.
Yeah, that'll be so easy.
Yeah, that's pretty great. I like Zach. He's a good dude.
Yeah, but like I said, something is
Miura, by the way.
Yeah, Miura's a good lad.
Yeah.
But
I call him because I know his name.
Yeah.
That guy with the glasses. No.
There's something. I mean, like I said, when it started, and I started really thinking about it. It kind of hit me. Something is either going on or something is going to happen, and it said now would be the time to start a distraction campaign. And plus, we're getting, there's the rumblings going around that there's going to be more layoffs at DC this week.
Yeah, I heard that too. They're dropping more titles too, I think.
Yeah.
Or they're supposed to announce, or already did. I'm not sure.
And
more titles.
Ethan dropped. I think Ethan read when I was listening to the other night. He said something about that they're basically either downsizing or getting rid of their digital division.
Yeah.
Which flies in the face, because remember the whole refrain was, digital comics are the future. Nobody's buying books anymore. You're stupid if you think people are going to buy, physical comic books anymore. That's where people are buying. You're not seeing those sales, Ethan. You're an idiot. You're stupid. You live in it now, you stupid boomer. Well, if that's the case, then why is DC getting rid of their, digital?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, it's just tough.
That was after,
especially when it comes to comics, and a lot of people are collectors. So even more so than regular books, people want that in their hands.
Then you get into the problem, like if you guys have ever seen what is it? Marvel has their Marvel Unlimited, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like I've had a subscription to that for a while, and they actually edit and alter pages.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had
And-
a subscription for like a year, and they weren't the same book.
Yeah. And so then you get into the problem of like, are they censoring stuff? Like, is what you're reading? Like, they'll even change colors. Some of the coloring's different.
Yeah, I've heard
And
Now,
they
that.
sometimes
retouch
that
stuff.
can be, that actually can be so that it looks, doesn't look
Better,
weird on
yeah.
screen, because it's
Yeah.
two different types of coloring between screen and print. So
True,
that
yeah.
can be because of that, if it's just the colors.
But I have
But
seen
there
like,
definitely is the question of, am I getting the same book that people that buy
Yeah.
the physical copy are getting?
Right.
because there was
Mr. Popo.
somebody pointed out that like there was a physical issue they had, and they showed the digital issue, and it was some dialogue changes.
Yeah, that's what I like.
And,
If it's just some coloring, then
Mhm.
that can be explained. There's a,
Even art improvements and stuff like that. Like,
but if you're actually changing the story in any way, or the comic itself in any way beyond that, then you're not
And then
getting the same
also,
thing
like,
that other people are getting.
Like, didn't DC, like, for that Batman Damned, didn't they, like, alter
Yep.
stuff there and kind of censor
yeah,
the
I think they took out the
Batawang?
bat dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, they now
And so
and
then
also
it's like, then the only way, if you were interested, like, you'd have to get the actual book.
mhm,
But I believe that's limited. So then it's just like, what is it? What does it matter?
yeah, because I know there's been
Because you're gonna pay the same price just to get stuff altered or censored. You should have
Yeah.
thought of that before you put it out.
Yeah.
because there was I think there was an edict that went down to because the Black Imprint's pretty much dead in the water at this point, from what I understand.
God,
And
Because
Vertigo, I don't
supposed
even.
to have like a Superman and Wonder Woman, like a kind of Black Label line too.
Oh, really?
That's what I thought. Like I saw the Comic-Con trailer, and it
Mhm.
was like then Constantine too, or something like that, or
Yeah.
I don't know, like he's appearing in a book.
Yeah.
But I don't know
he's
what's
in
up
the,
with the Black Label stuff.
I think Constantine's in that one with Batman where he's
Okay.
caught in his memory and Constantine keeps showing up.
Okay, yeah.
But
He's
yeah,
dreaming about a reality where he marries, or at least gets back together with Catwoman.
Okay.
They're
there's
Like,
telling
what's
him that
up
it's
with
not
the
real,
Black
and then
Label?
she gets killed.
Like, what are they doing with that? Are they just gonna cut it, or I don't know?
I think honestly the Batwang thing kind of just killed the whole thing for them. I
But
think
did
people
they
were
make more
expecting.
money though?
Yeah, I think people were expecting like All Star Superman, All Star Batman
Oh.
kind of stories. And
Oh,
they got,
I'm the fucking Batman.
yeah, I'm the goddamn Batman. Yeah. Instead they got Bat Dingle, and
Yeah.
but which was apparently was so because that was so controversial. DC sent out an edict down even to Vertigo, and it said take any like nudity and peenies out of your projects.
Wow.
Yeah.
But then
I
they
like-
should have
I
said
like
that
Lieberman,
before they
but-
even started anything.
Right.
That's the editor's job to catch this stuff
Mhm.
before it gets out.
Your conventions,
They've
if you're
probably
making
been sitting on that art for a while.
Mhm.
There's no
And-
excuse.
and that Black Label is supposed to be like Marvel's Max, where
Yeah.
anything can go. It's more R-rated, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You showed the Batwang even in silhouette, and all of a sudden, that entire line is just scrapped. Their principle's gone. Like you can't show this and that. Like
Yeah.
Like,
Vertigo
they
used to be
should've
the
thought of-
place to go for like serious comic stories every once in a while. Like industry self-sabotage for a group of people who will never buy their comics anyway.
That's what I always don't get. Like they're cottoning to the people who we pretty much know do not have enough money to buy comic books.
Or even if they do, would rather spend it on a fucking Starbucks coffee or something, like
Yeah.
soy, guys.
It's just so silly. But yeah, it's like because I know that wasn't that one that Jesus comic was coming out. Second Son, I think it's called.
Second Coming.
Second, yeah, something like that. And
Oh no, it's literally the second coming of Christ.
yeah, but you know that whole thing is like apparently that was kind of how a lot of like nudity and stuff, and that got like it got heavily edited because of.
Did it get
That would have been a disaster if that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jesus, dick slaps a whore.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn this water into wine, baby.
No.
Let's get those tears out.
Oh my God.
No.
Well,
You know, and
now the Catholics
this
hate
is
us.
Yeah.
and that is
Sure.
the kind of fucked up thing, Wayne. At the same time,
Well,
I
sure.
you know, as I load the project, I was also going, you know, interesting in the same way that we mythologize other people's
Mhm.
religion and shit, like the Norse mythology and whatnot. You know, we've got Thor, Norse god, hanging around, you know, on the Avengers and shit. So I thought maybe this could be interesting, but nope. Everything I've seen of it is just like, yeah, it's bad. It's like we're gonna make fun of your faith, and we're gonna portray God as a wannabe superhero.
I think all people,
or Jesus rather,
yeah,
who
I
is
think most people wouldn't care, right?
right. If it wasn't so lame.
Not that it wasn't so lame. Most people wouldn't care if it's like, if you knew for certain, absolute certain, that nobody would make a book about Islam like that. Or Muhammad. You know?
Oh.
Nobody. There is not a chance in 10 hells that there would be either of the big two or anything like that would make a book about Muhammad in that same vein.
Yeah.
Right. So you think that if they just treated Jesus like an up-and-coming superhero...
No. If they can make fun of what they want. I don't care, right? It's just that it is a double standard. They would never do anything with Muhammad.
Right.
Ever.
Yeah.
And I think the problem also is with the quality of books overall being low from the mainstream. Like, this isn't the time to get experimental.
Right.
And try stuff like this when the market's already collapsing.
I could see somebody doing this as an indie book, right?
Yeah, like when things are good, maybe you could bring something like this out and it'd be all right. But like now it's just bad timing.
Free comic book day, maybe.
Yeah, but like you said,
as a one shot, like this should just be a one shot. Yeah, I don't know.
They should be like the thing is like both companies. I mean, if they were taking it seriously, they're not, because, you know, like I said, I've said many times before that DC and Marvel are just IP holders at this point. You know, they don't really care to deliver good comics. But if the point was to make better sales and deliver good comics, this would be the time both companies would be getting back to basics, right? You know, cutting the fat, there is like, why is DC relaunching a Vertigo line at this point, right? And why is it lame?
Yeah.
I mean,
then like I know they have like a Lucifer series and like what was it, Neil Gaiman stuff?
Yeah.
But like there's little to no promotion for it at all.
Yeah, because we got to talk about Goddess Mode in Watertown and
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, Wayne. All the promotion went to Zoe Quinn's book.
Yeah. Which is
They're
awful.
taunting us?
It was awful, Daryl. It was a terrible book. God.
It was bad.
It was
you can barely tell what's going on with the, you know, the coloring that they're using. And then just the art style, you can barely see anything.
Can't wait for Turbo to review it.
I heard it's super gay, and that's why Turbo's gonna review it.
It's freaking
shit.
What was it? I mean, the whole I said that the whole book was is daddy issues with a self-insert. Who does that sound like? You know, and of course I always said got to go into the assumption that Zoe actually even wrote it.
Right.
Because
although
we know
it's
she's
so bad.
Yeah, that's funny that you mentioned that because there's like especially entertainment. There's a lot of times that let's say there's a script for an episode, and it gets passed down to somebody else, and you get paid for it. So you're basically ghostwriting, but that other person gets the credit. And you can really tell, especially when they try to do it themselves and it just turns out awful. And that happens
Considering that
more often than you think it would. And it's just insane.
Well, the reason why we say...
So I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case.
The reason we say it would probably happen with Zoe is because we pretty much know she didn't write her own autobiography.
Yes, exactly.
Because
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, because
bullied and abused people into doing it for her.
yeah, she's basically she started Con Job. I mean, Crash Override Network.
Yeah.
She started that whole thing, got a bunch of people together who are not qualified to deal with online harassment in any way, shape, or form, and got them all together to simply help her write her book. And by help, I mean write it.
Yeah.
Pay them shit. She treated them like shit. She marginalized them, which is like apparently a big deal. You know, and people came forward, and she's never said anything. But you got to also cross-reference the writing in that book to her depression quest shit. Who actually, you know, lives with depression was the most insulting fucking thing. Like it,
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was it was like somebody looking outside or looking in from the outside would see
Yeah.
depression
Through
and
a
shit.
foggy window.
Yeah.
There is what was I going to say? Oh yeah, the depression thing. The one thing that I think I found truly disgusting about her whole thing with Depression Quest was the fact that the day Robin Williams died.
Yes. Yep.
And you know, and he killed himself.
She used his death.
She literally says, if you're dealing, you know, it's sad about, you know, I'm so sad to hear about Robin Williams' death. If you're dealing with depression, maybe play my video game.
Yeah, because that'll make it better.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And having played an adventure thing, there are no circumstances that you can go through that actually mirror reality in any way. It's all surface shit. It's basic bitch shit.
Yeah. The power.
Maybe we need to.
The power of kittens compels you. Hey man, we got a cat watching us. We're good. We know.
Are you depressed? Are you having a rough go at it? Play this game about a guy who's depressed and having a rough go at it. Does he get over it? No.
Nope.
Yeah. He's gonna kill himself. Because why not?
And remember, making writing things in a Twine engine is apparently producing a video game.
Yeah, right.
But
Unfortunately,
thing is, there's been some.
I think
actually
the funniest
interesting stuff made in Twine.
Yeah. Total Biscuit, God rest his soul. He made a he made a Twine game. He says, "I've been hearing a lot about this Twine stuff. I'm gonna go make a game." And he goes and he says 20 minutes later, he says, "Okay, I finished my game."
Wow.
And but the thing is, every choice ended with like, "Uh-oh, you've been eaten by a shark."
Right.
I was like,
Hey,
huh?
I was just gonna give a shout out to my friend Florence here.
Yeah, Florence has joined. She's been in the chat a few times.
Yeah.
She's cool. Gonna call Zoe Quinn
Florence.
Cyrax because I think she called herself a cyborg just because she's got a computer chip surgically inserted into her skin. Yeah, she's basically got a fucking USB drive on her skin, and she thinks she's like
cut her. Doesn't it have like some game on it or something, like Quake or some shit?
Deus Ex, the original Deus Ex.
Right.
That's what she said.
That's right.
So edgy.
And now she uses it for like her to unlock her phone and all that. Oh, look how I was like, yeah, I can lock up my phone with my irises. Yeah, it's called a Galaxy Note 9, Zoe. It's not, you're not special.
Right. And it'd be great if she could use
did you guys misgender my friend?
He
is
sorry.
the guy.
Is it he? Sorry.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
Florence is a dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got questions, but I'm not going to get into those right now.
Why do you what?
Tune in tomorrow for Wayne's apology.
Wayne, it's a foreign name, okay?
Well, am I pronouncing it wrong?
Oh, you're proceeding it wrong.
No, yeah, you're just
Look, God damn it. I'm going to say this one time and one time only. There is only one country in this world, and that is America, God damn it. And I don't give a shit where else you come from. Fuck the rest of the world. I'm just kidding. And I apologize if I did that.
Of course you are.
I didn't mean.
Ain't no thing. Ain't no thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
no. I wish Zoe Quinn's USB drive could lock up her vagina, because maybe we wouldn't hear from her for a while.
Damn, I wasn't go there, but
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Dude, I will go anywhere.
Or just her Twitter gets Snoop. That would work too.
oh god, if she didn't have Twitter, I think she would actually like off herself. I mean, I'm not trying to be cute, but
I think Ren would be the same, honestly.
they took away my
Every-
Twitter account.
Every time her Patreon runs low, all of a sudden she pops up.
Yeah.
Brianna Wu was especially the same way. And
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anita Sarkeesian was like that sometimes, but I think now it's to the point where even if she does pop up and try to raise hell, nobody cares.
Yeah, everybody gave up on her.
Hey guys, I just want to let you know something. I just unlocked my phone with my eyes.
Wow.
I am
Totally a cyborg,
freaking
bro.
cyborg.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, dude! Are you like a robot man? Because you know how I feel about the artificial Americans.
Oh yeah, I know you're a big advocate for. It's funny.
We've moved really far away from the debating part of the.
It kind of all wraps together because, I mean, Zoe was one of the first people invited to Airplay. You know, I am not going to be there with the people who harass and stalk me. Like, I mean, the only one I would say really probably, if you want to call it harassment, that went after you would be Milo. That would be there, and
Yeah.
other than that,
Everybody
else just called her fucking stupid.
is freaking what I view a real debate as. If you're doing an in-person debate,
Mm-hmm.
then it's really, it's formal and not a shouting match. It's you research stuff, you have papers with you to cite and this and that.
Oh yeah.
And you take turns, you state your argument and state stuff to back it up, and then they come and give their counter argument. I don't think any of the NPCs, the antis, whatever, are capable of that level of intelligence or,
Because remember,
civility.
anything they ever show has to be out of context, right?
Yeah.
They can't.
Yeah.
They can't. Display anything that's like has any context or any. I mean, I'll just say it, facts or truth behind it.
Exactly. They're incapable of actual debate.
Everything is not. They don't debate. They frame, right?
Yeah.
That's what they do. They frame narratives.
They frame and then shame and freaking harass, kind of, pretty much. Like, so you block every single one
If
of
they
them.
had your name,
Then they do more than that.
Let's see. They frame. I was gonna say I'm trying to come up with a rhyme. They frame. They shame. And then they pass the blame. That would be a.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
they frame, they shame, they want your name.
Mm-hmm.
The same.
Saw Sargon's debate with Christy
They're
Winters
fucking
just
lame.
recently.
I think we're working too hard here.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Saw Sargon's debate with Christy Winters just recently. It went south. Sargon didn't use evidence.
Christy.
And Wicked Winty of the West was disingenuous. And Sargon had plenty of evidence to use, more than plenty. See, that's I might not like a lot of people actually do still like Carl. But he's a bad debater. He always has been.
He is. He's
And-
notorious for that.
Yeah, he goes in like, he's unprepared usually. He forgets citations.
He doesn't take that shit seriously.
Yeah.
And that is the fucked up thing. He's been doing this for what, almost 4 years now?
Yeah.
His fucking approach to this shit is lackadaisical as it was back then. Like, he thinks he's automatically going to win every debate because he's on the, quote, right side of history. Yet,
You still got to fight though,
there with facts and figures and shit.
Well, historically speaking, anyone who has ever used as a part of their argument the right side of history is usually
It's
not
shit.
on the right. Yeah, they're not on the right side.
Well, I just
Didn't Hitler think he was on the right side of history?
Yeah, that was part of his propaganda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But historically speaking, anytime anyone has said they're going to win because they're on the right side of history, they've always
Red
lost.
flag.
It's like when you declare your army unbeatable or your ship unsinkable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like God goes, "Oh, do tell."
Yeah.
I like this. It's like SJW debating is just them trying to accuse you of various isms.
Yeah.
Or a shouting match. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they can only do their shit on the internet.
Mm-hmm. And
They can't handle this in person because they'll sound like a lunatic.
And Mata says there's no right side of history. Reality doesn't work like that. Now, there is truth to saying that history is written by the victors. That is a true statement.
Yeah.
But that's
I'm sorry.
And then edited later
we were
to remain PC. But
yeah.
I'm sorry. Just, Florence in chat. History ain't black and white like my parents.
Oh. And parents aren't black or white. Just to clear. Wait. Are your parents John Delarose? I'm not making fun of him. I'm just saying.
He used to follow JDA for a while there.
Yeah, he seems to.
Then he
went crazy. I think we can all admit that.
Well,
and,
he's gone crazy in the past, Wayne.
Yeah, I know.
Like back when the sad puppy thing happened.
Yeah. But
he went deep into identity politics.
Yeah, but I'm saying like for right now, I'm trying to. I made a promise to him.
You're trying to see the.
I made a promise to him that I would not talk about him.
We gotta wait for him to do something else.
Yeah.
Then I will shut up as well.
But giving him a chance. Let's put it this way: I'm giving him a chance. Everybody deserves a chance.
For sure.
Yeah,
I absolutely agree, dude.
I mean, even if Ren came out tomorrow and said I was wrong about everything, I wouldn't believe a word she's saying. But let her prove it. Yeah.
She would at least need to apologize. But John Delarose, I'm not going to be an asshole.
Like I said,
anymore, unless he starts, unless he does it again, I guess.
Yeah. I'm just like with John. I'm just like live and let live right now. Like, okay, we'll see what you got. And so far, I mean, it's only been a few days, but so far, yeah, it's working out pretty good. So
I'm still gonna make fun of him because of his name, but that's about it. I need to wait for him to do something else that I can make fun of.
You just like that he's called Of the Rice, right? You just
Absolutely. I wish they'd done the edit of him coming out of that little jar of fucking salsa con queso.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been fantastic.
Like Lacey Green, a lot of people still don't trust her, though, which is understandable. Well, see, one thing I can say about Lacey Green, she never changed what she thinks. She still believes what she believes, right? She just, came around a different way of doing it without being, freaking insulting.
She did more
she just got chills. Like
she got some of that Chris Ray gun.
Sausage and a side of beans.
And we're back to dicks.
Yep. Well, you did put NPCs in the title, so
that's true.
No, this is what I imagine an in-person debate with any of them would be. Is the one normal side.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is,
sitting there, already with their stuff, right, being cordial and everything, and the other side would devolve very quickly into a bunch of chimpanzees flinging their poop. That's already what it's like online trying to talk to them, and it would get hilarious to see it in person. Honestly,
yeah,
I kind of would like to see that, to be honest, because that's what.
Yeah. To go back to what?
Remember Trigglypuff?
Oh yeah.
It would be that. It would be trying to debate that.
I remember.
Ask Cab for his input.
I've done that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Because honestly, okay. Look, I'll scroll down.
Oh, I know Cab's a smart guy.
Yeah. So something. So I said, he says, it's as if they know. This is what he said. This is if they know that whatever conditions they put on these live debates offers can't possibly be met, and that they know this. So they're all just bad faith posturing because they're getting their shit kicked in by reality, sales, and money figures.
And I mean, half of these people, if you actually met them in person for a debate, they might not be able to even handle what you're saying.
Oh, exactly. They would
might
go.
Just
I can't
break down into tears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, oh my God! I'm gonna play the victim, so the cameras, when they're pointed at me.
And like I said, you know, I brought him up earlier, but you remember when Milo was talking to that one feminist on some TV show in, you know, in the UK,
and ruined her, and then she went
Oh, yeah.
immediately victim.
No, all he said was "darling" to her, and
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. And she broke
lost
down.
her mind. That's the kind of people you're
Yeah.
dealing with, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Cab responded because I said, I figured it's some kind of distraction tactic. I figure either someone important is about to eat shit or the incoming sales numbers are going to be horrible. And Cab responded, he said, well, it's been a couple of weeks since some woke comic pro got outed as a sexual deviant, so I guess it's about time.
Oh, shit. That's true.
Are we about to reset the clock?
Uh-oh.
Somebody.
That might be
Dude,
it.
just let the clock go at this point.
No, you got to reset the clock because it's funny.
It off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Milo debate was like 5
Doctor
years ago.
says watching Lauren completely lose her mind on live stage would be pure comedy gold. Yeah, it would.
Yeah, that's why I wish it would happen, because that would be entertaining as hell.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not going to, because she's already doing this. Everybody that's taking her up on it, she's got an excuse, and then they're the pussies for
Yeah.
Not
some
only if it was taken up, it would literally be an hour of them going over how insults are
It's
assault
Okay.
and shit. You know, like
I'm gonna give you.
oh, you insulted this thing, and then you know what I'm saying? They would like.
Here's the
there's-
thing. If I
That's
may,
made.
Daryl, if I may.
Okay.
I just want to give an example. I've watched a lot of political debates in my life. Yeah. Most of the time, you see like extreme leftists. All they want to do is talk over people, right? They don't
Yeah.
want. They don't want to debate.
Right.
They just want to. They just even when it's not.
Well,
their
they don't
turn.
want to debate. They want to smear even right there, so
Yeah.
they want to drown you out.
So
they don't
why-
want you to actually have a platform.
Somebody asked the question: why was Donald Trump so effective at debating? Right? I can tell you why. He didn't let them.
Because he didn't back
Yep.
down, yeah.
Yeah, because like when Hillary would make an accusation, he didn't wait for her, his turn, like most, politicians would. She's like, he's doing this wrong,
Yeah.
wrong. She's a liar. I would put her in jail. Yeah, I would put her in jail. She needs to go to jail.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Now,
Daryl.
granted, I do
By the
think
end of my
debates
term,
work
she-
better when everybody does take their turns to talk. But on those
sure.
debates, man, they're always doing that, like shouting over each other.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
And-
Daryl, I didn't
and yet-
interrupt you. Go ahead.
Oh no, I don't know what I was saying, man. Just I was saying that it would be an hour and a half of her just going over how Myers is evil because he's called people trannies and wigs or whatever.
And it would
shit.
always.
That's not evil. That's not evil. That is rude. Maybe maybe we can agree on that. But at the same time, no.
No,
I
they
mean-
do act
These
like even the
people-
slightest thought of an insult is going to
And
them
that's
and
my
their
point.
family. Like,
So it would be literally them up there for an hour and a half or two going, this is an insult that's like going to kill or whatever. And then, of course, the rebuttal would be, well, remember that time that Visaggio wanted to kill everybody or beat every cis guy with a baseball bat?
that's transphobic.
And like half of these people, they haven't been like anywhere near like military people who are in the military. They've got some pretty good quips going on. Like they couldn't handle. People can't handle anything now. It's crazy.
Some of these people couldn't handle the discords I hang out in, for God's sake.
Right.
Right?
Oh, are you in Scrumps?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that right there. It's like he's got a. I'm gonna read the exact name of it right now. Hold on. He has Scrump has a Scrump Monkey has a channel in his Discord called Yiffing Degenerates Gas Chamber.
And he didn't invite me. God damn it.
That he basically he tells like all his furry fans, you can be a furry and you can be a fan, but you're going to talk about that furry shit in here. And sometimes they break containment, and I'm one of the mods over there, and we gotta whip them back into the gas chamber. Like get back.
Oh, I think we lost somebody.
Did we lose him?
That was
There he
weird.
is.
Oh, Daryl, he's back. He's got to unmute. So where
What
were we?
happened?
Wait, tell Scrump to invite me. I like
I can
furries.
invite you. I gotta invite
Oh,
you.
Yeah, same
yay.
here, Wayne. Throw me one too, man.
Yeah, I got you. I got y'all. But yeah. That's what I'm saying. They couldn't handle that kind of stuff. Can you imagine, like, some SJW leftist furry going into Scrump's Discord? Furry degenerate.
Oh
Right.
my god.
They want us dead.
Well, a lot of people want freeze day.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Well, I heard K-Ro got
We gonna fight.
I heard K-Ro got he's getting gulag soon, like for real gulagged. So
Wait, what?
what's that name? K-Ro the Wolf or whatever his name is, that furry degenerate who actually had intercourse with
Wait, it wasn't he the one that was actually a degenerate? Like,
yeah, he was actually having
Yeah.
sexual intercourse with dogs and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, that's not cool.
No, man, no.
But it's funny because he had this whole
No.
thing today. It's like, I'm leaving social media.
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Get out of here.
you're probably thinking like I do. You should leave life.
Yeah.
I left life
Like, dude,
Oh yeah, you're in
like,
the yeah.
people
there.
who do anything like that to animals, like,
Yeah.
you need to get out.
Yeah.
Like, just go. Yeah.
This will
That guy, that Sonic Fox guy.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on something.
Here's having a rough go of it.
Yeah, he lost at Dragon Ball Fighters in a tournament the other day. Now he's giving up the game.
Oh,
Really?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Are there any fight mans left for him?
I am serious. He wins esports gamer of the year, which why do you even have? Why do you even have that as a category in a gaming show? And then he had won Evo earlier in the year, so the man who identified as gay had this whole, he goes his whole thing talking about like, gay is his identity and this and that and the other and blah 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 blah. He goes and does a tournament and he loses twice and he has to and now he's going to fuck off from playing Dragon Ball Fighters and he's going to start playing
You should
Mortal Kombat.
actually focus on playing the game.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, Crystal, I don't know about you, but I don't know if I could wear all the shit that he wears, like his furry costume and all that stuff, while trying to play fucking video games.
Oh yeah.
On stage with hot lights and everything like that. I don't get how
Yeah.
anybody could do that.
Well, if he's already rage quit all the other major fight mans, I guess what's next up? Blaze Blue?
No, he's apparently going to pick
Good
up
luck.
Mortal Kombat 11 when it comes out. Guys, I'm not entirely sure, but I think Sonic Fox might be gay.
Speaking of Mortal Kombat 11, what do you guys think of like Ronda Rousey doing voice for the game?
Let me put. I don't
That's
think
cute.
I don't think much of Ronda Rousey. Period.
Yeah. She's a cheat.
Kind of like a sellout, yeah. I don't know.
Like
I'll never forget all that good shit she talked right before that main
Oh
event
yeah,
she
and then
had.
getting smashed in the face. Yeah.
yeah, what was
first
her name? The first one who knocked her out, Holmes. Yeah, Holly Holmes. Yeah,
Is it yeah.
yeah. And then
Just her fight tactics are usually pretty fucking lame too.
oh, I mean,
It's almost like button mashing in a fighting game, only it's for real.
She forgot to build meter.
Yep.
see, that was I can tell you. Oh God, I can't believe we're getting into this on a comic book stream. But whatever, I don't care.
Right? We've kind of gone all over the place.
But Rhonda, like people who hadn't figured out her game were kind of dumb because it's very
Yeah.
obvious. Her game
Yeah.
was shoot early, take down, armbar, win.
Yeah.
She can't. So she was not somebody designed to go the distance, right?
Yeah, essentially, if that doesn't work, she don't have the staying power.
I
Like,
knew something because like the day of like when she was going to fight Holly Holm, they were talking about like Ronda's going to show us. They said her corner people said they're going to show us how much of a good stand-up fighter she is. I'm like, that is stupid. She's going to get wrecked.
Hard to
Yeah.
do all that stand-up fighting while you're laying on the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah, Holly's a better fighter and a better person.
yeah. So when she tries to stand up, which is funny because like she claimed that we're going to show how good of a stand-up fighter Ronda Rousey is, right? And of course, the first thing she does is like wanting to stand-up fighter, try to shoot. But Holly Holm had her pegged, figured her out, basically ducked out of it, and made her stand up and fight her. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
and and that's when she knocked her ass out. I mean, same thing.
I mean, that's essentially it. Once you realize that Ronda only has that one tactic, anybody pretty much could beat her.
and you know, I'm also a wrestling fan, and I've watched her since she's been in WWE. Now, I want to remind everybody, big shock, WWE has predetermined outcomes.
Surprise.
Yeah. In case you didn't know, you know, they also have these things called spots, you know, where, you know, things happen, you know, where they want certain things to happen in a match and whatnot. You know, I know I'm
like
peeling back.
Script? Wow.
Yeah, I'm peeling back the veil here. I know a lot of people don't know this. But I watched her the other night on the Royal Rumble, and I could count. I mean, okay, she's been doing this for about a year. And I've always said, why did they immediately put her on the main roster? Because they got, you know, a developmental league and everything like that. That's where she should have gone first, right? But they immediately put her on the main roster, and she had a good match at her debut in WrestleMania. But I want to remind people that at that match, she was in the ring with Kurt Angle and Triple H, two of the best personalities in wrestling in probably the last 20 years, right? And so, yeah, I think they could make cheese look good in the ring, okay? But looking at her in her individual matches, I see a lot of botches and, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm a spit monkey? What? Turbo going back editing. Look at him.
Message retracted.
I guess his chat was lagging, so he kept typing. But like I said, watching her match the other night, she literally like botched like 5-10 times in the match. And oh god, wrestling is as fake as Anita Sarkeesian's followers change my mind. I'm gonna stand here with a coffee cup from now on. Just wrestling is fake. Changed my mind. But no, yeah. So it's just that she's not good, right? And let's somebody say, didn't Ronda totally get flustered as fuck during a promo the other day? Yeah, she can't talk neither. That's the thing, you know. Give her a scripted thing.
It's bad. I was watching that Mortal Kombat. What was it, like a community live stream thing?
Oh, did she have to answer questions?
It was so cringy. It was so cringy. I was like, wow.
Did she have to answer questions?
Well, they were like kind of, and then they were just kind of like talking to the crowd, and it was so out of touch and so awkward. Like,
she's really bad at interviews too, because like when she was getting ready to like last year at WrestleMania, somebody asked her, it was like it was basically the question was, you know, you did MMA for so many years, now you're doing WWE, would you consider going back to that? And she said, what do you mean going back? He says, you know, going back to MMA. And then she literally says, what, you mean like, I don't have a time machine. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
I need to find that.
I will link it here in the chat at some point. But yeah, she literally says, I don't have a time machine. How can I go back? I'm like,
what the hell?
How would you come to that complete wow?
I said,
like, I'm done. How do you do?
The bridges are so burned she can't go back.
I told my friends, guys, I don't know about y'all, but I think Ronda Rousey is a moron. I like how she has the concept of time machines, but she doesn't know. Would you go back to that as a? Yeah, I don't think Ronda can handle failure. I think that's her biggest thing. She can't handle failure.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like the jab they've been putting on her in recent like angles and stuff.
But it also doesn't help when you talk smack and then you can't like follow up. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't help. Yeah.
Like the other night at the thing, she got mad. She was getting mad at the crowd because the crowd was like backing the other person. Like that's another thing WWE is really bad at. They push like people. They want them to be the face of the company or be the it person, and the fans reject it because the fans aren't stupid, right?
Yeah.
And So they're booing her and they're cheering for whoever she fights. It's kind of like it's this whole thing with Roman Reigns. Like nobody hated Roman. They hated what they did with Roman, right? And so they didn't like that he got pushed. That's why he got booed. It's the same thing with Ronda, right? And so they're booing her and stuff. And she was getting ready to do a move to the girl, and she goes yelling at the crowd, "Y'all don't think I can wrestle? I'll show you how I can wrestle." And she did a suplex.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow, you did something that me and my friends did on, back in the day when we were playing around. Like, good job.
Wow.
How bad can you be? But yeah, the whole Mortal Kombat thing, and aren't they also modeling Sonya after Ronda?
Yeah, they are, and it was like so cringy. Yeah, that got me. I was like, no, thank you.
That doesn't make any sense to me because Sonya.
See, now at this point, the only way that game's gonna be interesting to me is if they actually put Shaggy in there.
Yeah. I was gonna say I was gonna shout
Now
out.
I liked Ronda well enough in Deadpool. She was. She didn't exactly have the biggest.
It wasn't.
Wasn't it?
I thought that was some other chick that was in.
Oh, that was.
UFC.
I believe that was Ronda.
Now, which
Are you
Deadpool we
sure?
talking about? 2 or 1?
The first.
Well, I was thinking 1. Sorry,
See
1.
that brick house chick?
Yeah, I don't think Ronda.
Yeah,
was in.
let me check.
Gina Carano.
Right?
It was Gina Carano.
Yeah,
who
there
was,
we go.
In a
Who was it?
Gina Carano.
Gina.
Yeah.
She was sexy.
Yeah. I mean, I know
Well, that's probably why Ronda wasn't in there. Like,
right.
she was in Expendables.
Nice.
Ronda was in Expendables.
And I have no goddamn clue who Ronda Rousey is.
Yeah. She was in Expendables 3.
Yeah,
as
right.
a
And
chick
the
on
Fast
New
and
Team.
Furious 7 and
Unfortunately,
Entourage and
Yeah. I mean, in Expendables, that role makes sense.
yeah,
It-
absolutely. She's
Mhm.
the female equivalent of an Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I don't know about that.
I'm
but,
sorry. No, that's I can't say it with a straight face.
Oh, Gina was also a former UFC fighter. She was also in Haywire, which was pretty good, and Fast 6. Okay.
Okay, so that's where I heard the fighter from.
Yeah.
She was a yeah. Okay.
Now, if they modeled Sonya after Gina Carano, I'd be like, okay.
right.
Well, yeah, that'd be the better way to go. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah, Gina was great.
Gina's, she's tall, she's muscular, she's still is very
Just
stacked.
yeah. No, she's a sexy bigger woman. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind her pile driving me.
can we go back to magical dongs now? No, I'm
No.
kidding.
No.
Let me talk about mine.
No.
Let me talk about mine. It glows. You know all those shafts of light in the Marvel movies?
No.
Uh-oh.
No.
No.
Uh-oh. We're way off topic now.
So anyway, in
that's
the
what I
Fate
bring to
Extra
the table.
timeline,
She wasn't a very good fighter. She was just the prettiest fighter they had ever had. She added a lot of muscle mass for her past few movies. She was never that big before.
Shaggy versus Spawn.
Yeah, and I agree. Everybody, Shaggy. Yes, we know he's the ultimate.
I would
being
love to
universe.
see that. I
Yeah.
think that is the best meme I've ever seen.
What's funny is
I
like,
gotta
that's been
say,
going
man,
on.
that Shaggy meme is fucking great.
It's funny because it's been going on for a few years. It's just now it's starting to catch up.
Yeah, I just don't hang out on the internet where everybody else hangs out.
Mhm.
So it has to it has to hit Twitter apparently for me to
Y'all have to- I'm
see it.
gonna tell you.
Same here, Piper.
Y'all got to thank the South Americans, whatever. Fucking South.
What the-
Well, didn't they give us Ugandan?
Well, no, South
gave us,
Americans.
That
Captain.
knuckles meme, yeah.
South
Wait,
Americans tend to make up like with Dragon Ball. They make up their
I
own
thought-
continuity.
South Africans.
Wow.
So the whole thing was Gohan is trying to achieve his ultimate form, which they call Gohan Blanco. Yeah, South Mexicans. That's a better term for it. Yeah, the South Mexicans because it's more Mexican.
White?
Yeah, Gohan White. That's the whole. See, that's been the meme for a long time. Like the next form obviously has to be white, right? Like white hair Saiyans, right? So, Gohan had to learn how to become, Gohan Blanco. So, but he went through a few different iterations. It was Gohan Calvo, which was, Gohan Bald. And so he had to learn how to become, learn how to get the Blanco form. And the person who taught him to go Blanco was Shaggy, because Shaggy is the most powerful fighter in the Mexican Dragon Balls.
You know where Shaggy was during the Tournament of Power? He was standing behind the Zenos going, "Cool fight you got going on here, man."
That'd be funny if that was true. Yeah.
We can fight Shokan for a Scooby snack.
It was my understanding that it started with the movie.
It started with a movie, one of the animated ones.
Yeah, one of the animated
there was one
movies that I haven't.
It was something about
where
Shaggy
he beats up.
He lost his inhibition, right? He wasn't scared anymore, and he just started kicking ass.
Yeah, so not only is he not chicken, but he's like an ex-fighter immediately. As soon as he's not scared. And the joke, one of the jokes, earlier jokes, apparently was that it was. He hid his powers behind his cowardice for everybody else's sake.
Right.
So that he didn't accidentally kill anyone.
I think the one, the whole...
Talk about that clip from the series where he beat up a bar full of...
Yeah.
That was the movie,
yeah.
So the original joke was somebody put Dragon Ball, whatever the fuck, music to that scene.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then it got popular. The one clip got popular.
And then the Mexicans took it.
It didn't explode yet. It didn't explode yet.
But I think the best one I've seen was the, of the whole movie set interviews. I think those are hilarious. Them talking about where
I
the
love
guy
those.
Was it Freddie Prinze Jr. who played Fred?
Yeah.
The Scooby
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where he says
I
we were all in awe when the real Shaggy walked onto the set one day and said he killed God.
I just put that one in chat.
Dude, there was one that somebody sent me. There was a few that was Shaggy talking in the interview, but one of them was about he was talking about sacrificing virgin.
Well, it's like the Matthew Lillard, his thing was like, he says, I only had like a fifth of Shaggy's power or something like that.
What?
Yeah. So SJW Spider-Man admits he's keeping his identity a secret. I think probably because he knows his taxes are fucking wrong and it could get him in deep shit. Yeah, when you're kind of
probably
yeah, when you're going around like trying to get people like their livelihoods taken away from them and things like that. That's no. That's not a good thing to be doing. Especially, if your job is in like some kind of service industry or something like that, which I bet you it is. I bet you he works in some kind of service industry, and that's why he's afraid to like be, outed.
Oh, Spider-Man?
Yeah, SJW
yeah,
Spider-Man.
because they have some like code of conduct stuff with that too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I dropped a couple more in there for you.
Like, do not.
You're in the service industry. You represent the company in all your social media posts and all that.
Yeah.
And they don't even want you going outside in the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to take that shit off at work because if you get into an altercation in the parking lot, they don't want that tied back to them.
Mm-hmm.
For them, it's image control. And yeah, absolutely. Like, that may well be why he's afraid of putting himself out there.
Mm-hmm.
He's afraid that it might come back and cost him his job.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure it shouldn't at this point. I'm usually not that person. Same time, these people have demonstrably, interfered in people's lives, like Zach, for example. He's the biggest example, the tortious interference into his business dealings, and stuff. So, at this point, I kind of want to see the pendulum swing back that way.
Yeah. Plot twist, Soiderman is somebody Ethan knows, and debating will cause Ethan to recognize him.
Right.
That's a possibility, too.
That would be interesting, yeah.
Ethan likes to joke about...
Because he's very, like, it's funny, SJW Spider-Man, who's so keen on, like, exposing people, he's going out of his way to not be exposed, which I get that, you know, I get that. But what are you going to do, right? So, looking at the time, it has been exactly 2 hours. So, I think that would be a good time to wrap things up. I will once again show the good night Nightmare Realm #1. Let's see if
Okay, I saw that was funny.
see if my see if our influences brought any more money in for. Nope, it stayed the same. Chat, you all are very disappointing tonight. You're not.
Give us monies.
Hey, the last time Crystal was on, you know, she got $30. I thought, yeah, boy, and then now and that's like, oh.
Well,
You
see,
never know with the replays, though.
That's true. That's true. So, tell your friends, tell your family. You know, watch this show. Have a good time.
So as we're wrapping up, I'd like to remind you: don't make King Arthur's mistake. If you somehow find yourself with a magical dick, wrap it up.
Yep. Yep. Gotcha.
Because the Lady of the Lake was kind of a whore. So.
Anyway,
God damn it.
Anyway, you guys get a chance. Check out. Y'all get on my nerves. No, I'm kidding. Y'all get a chance.
Hey, it wasn't me this time. I'm not the one that
you're giggling.
Weird, gross shit at the end.
You're doing the giggling thing. You're doing the Piper thing right now.
But I always giggle. What the fuck?
No. Before we go, though, the doctor actually brought up something that, or Senior Dead Guy actually did.
Mm-hmm.
Senor Dead Guy. I thought it was Dan Slott, SJW Spidey. That would make so much fucking sense, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be a nice yeah.
You know, I was about to say.
On that?
I was about to
Maybe not Mark Wade. Maybe it's Mark Zade trying to get them to say shit. So he's got a case, trying to egg shit on, so he could be like, "See, hate movement."
Yeah.
Hey, wait, were you on that episode that we did? The old Dan Slott issue of whatever the fuck that was. And
it was a What If, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I believe.
I was there. Yeah.
Terrible writing. Dan Slott actually did, and
I gotta change my name.
No.
I gotta change my name.
Terrible.
It's been a mouthful. No, Senior Dead Guy's fine.
You're dead
Yeah,
guy.
I like
It's only a mouthful when
you're
you're
dead
retarded
guy.
like me, sir.
At least you said dead guy, so I don't confuse you with a woman. Unlike
Well,
what happened? He was here and
he was left
disappeared
again.
all of a sudden. Okay, but yeah, like I said, guys, get a chance, check out Crystal's Indiegogo. I was gonna ask Crystal one question.
Yeah.
Are you, if it meets, I'm gonna say when. We're gonna be positive. When it meets funding, are you gonna keep it in demand for a while?
Yes, I will.
Okay, I was making sure because that gives us a better chance to get the hoodies.
If you are not cheering for hoodies, you are wrong.
Exactly.
I need something to cover my gross hair.
Is this you?
Are you lacking a hoodie in your life?
That should be an ad. That's funny.
I mean, hey.
Oh yeah, that's right. We should
narrate
the
it.
Indiecron. We should demand that in the form of hoodies.
Yeah.
For coming up with it.
But
The
Crystal,
entire Indiecron thing?
I will volunteer my voice for narration to talk about a hoodie for your campaign.
Definitely.
You gotta do it like Red Fox, though.
I don't know if I could do it like Red Fox. That would
Nice.
hurt.
Still,
Is this you?
I'd love to hear it.
Do you not like hoodies? What you big damn dummy?
I'm coming, Elizabeth.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah. Hey, Javier does a good one too.
Anyway, so
It's a
fun
fun
night.
episode.
Yeah, we had a fun night. Had a good episode. We should be around tomorrow night. We'll see. Finally the medicine kicked in for me. I thought I wasn't going to make it for a while.
Oh Jesus!
I'll tell you about it.
He's been slowly dying this entire time.
No, I'll tell you about what was going on.
He's got a case of the olds.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. But anyway, fellas, and ladies and gentlemen,
I'm like two 2 or 3 months older than that guy, so
Yeah.
fuck you.
1 month. You're exactly 1 month older. But anyway. So yeah. We appreciate everybody coming by. We hope to see y'all again tomorrow night. And y'all have a good one. Later.
Thanks for joining us.
Later.